What's up guys, Harold here, Figuremania Show. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world. And in today's video, I'm giving you guys a look at the brand new Super 7 Toho Ultimates Godzilla -1. And man, this is easily one of my new favorite figures in my entire collection. This figure right here was my most anticipated figure this year, and I can't say enough good things about this. I love this figure so much. I've been having a blast doing toy photography with this figure. It did not disappoint in my opinion. I'm very excited and ecstatic about owning this figure, and I'm now regretting skipping the minus color version because I have like ideas for that figure too. So I'm on the hunt for that figure too. So I don't know. We'll see about that. But in any case, guys, this figure came to me. I was very surprised to see how fast this figure was shipped to me, because for those of you who may not know, I'm all the way in Taiwan, and this figure arrived pretty much at the same time as everybody else got it who ordered this directly from Super 7. So that's amazing for me anyways. So anyways, this figure, again, as I said previously, this figure is a lot of fun to have. I've had such a blast doing toy photography with him, posing him and things. Like, I love bigger figures and things. And let's just get a closer look at this figure and things. There are a few areas that I do feel that could be improved upon, but overall, I think this figure is phenomenal. Giving you guys a look at the detail of the upper body of this figure, I think this is Super 7's best Godzilla figure to date, and it's definitely the most detailed Godzilla that they've put out. And also at the same time, it fits in line with the Super 7 aesthetic that they have chosen to go with their Godzilla figures. So it's not necessarily movie accurate, but like it does have its own charm and things, and it's one of those things that I have come to really appreciate and love about the Super 7 line. The sculpt is based on the render that they showed off 11 months ago, and I think, you know, from head to toe, the render that they used, you know, in comparison to like the actual figure, is pretty much dead on in my opinion, with some minor differences and stuff, but overall, I think they really nailed it, and there's a lot to like here about this figure, and I'm very, very happy with it. Let's talk about the paint app of this figure. I think that the paint app for this figure is really good. I really like it from head to toe. And people have been asking, is there a gloss to this figure? And yes, there is a gloss to this figure. Now, from what you're seeing right now on camera, I have 6 different lights shining onto this figure right now, so it's probably gonna seem very, very shiny to you, but I assure you, in normal lighting conditions, I mean, it is shiny, but it's not shiny to the point where it looks like overly glossy like the Wave 1 Godzilla. Okay, so I do think that the gloss on this figure is nicely balanced. It looks like he, you know, just came up out of the ocean, but it's not overly done. And in for toy photography, like the gloss on this figure, it doesn't interfere with doing toy photography, and meaning that, you know, the light doesn't bounce off this figure or anything like that where I need to matte him down or anything like that. So I do think that the gloss of this figure is nicely balanced, and I don't think you have anything to worry about regarding that. So I think this figure is nicely painted from head to toe, and I think you guys are gonna like it. Giving you guys a look at the 2 heads that come with this figure. We have the roaring head and the closed mouth head, and I do think that the details for both heads are very nice, especially the paint app. I really like how this looks. It looks very nice on the shelf, and also even in toy photography, I've been able to get some really crisp photos out of these two alternate heads. So no complaints there. You know, I think it just looks really good. Switching the heads out is fairly easy, so all you do is just pull this off and then you pop the other one on. Voila. Probably the biggest noticeable improvement by far for this figure is the engineering of the articulation of the figure. So Super7 did state that, you know, with this figure, they weren't, you know, putting all the accessories, a lot of accessories like what they normally do. Instead, they focused the cost of that into the engineering of the figure, and I do believe that paid off very well for them. So I want to give you guys a demonstration of the articulation and the posing for this figure. So you can pose his neck up that high, and he can look down that much too, especially with the added torso. You can really get him to look down, and this is just you know, the upper body of the figure itself, and there is very good movement on the neck as well, so I really like that. So there's no restriction in terms of like turning the head or anything like that, so it all feels really nice. And especially, you know, when posing him and, you know, when turning his head or anything like that, it all looks seamless, because this time around the head sits on top of the neck, whereas in the past with previous figures, you know, the head would sit inside the neck. And a lot of people did mention that it looked like he was, you know, the previous Godzilla figures looked like he had a turtleneck and things. So that's been improved here. So I'm really happy to see that. And looking at the arms, so I can move his arms up about that much, okay? And you can turn it all the way around. There's a bicep swivel on this figure as well. Okay, and also too, there's also, you got range here on the forearm as well. Very nice. And there is a movement at the wrists, which is all very good. I'm really happy with the range of posability that this figure has, which is really good. And being able to, you know, arch his body like that, it's all very good. Now you do have to pay attention to the dorsal fins. You know, they do tend to collide. You have to be careful so that they don't, you know, collide with them and things. So you just have to pay attention to that. Okay, so that's all very well. A major improvement for Super7 is the engineering of the tail for this figure. So there is much better posing this time around. There's more range with the posing of this figure, and I'm really happy with that. Now there is something that I would like to point out that I do hope that Super7 does take note, and hopefully they can improve upon it in future releases, is the way that the base of the tail is. So like you see here, like this I guess ball joint here, I mean, it's pretty shallow inside, shallow I guess, and then you just plug it in, and it holds the tail okay. But in terms of like, if I want to pose the tail, I don't get too much range out of this part here. If I overdo it, then it pops off easily. Okay, so hopefully maybe if they just you know, make this part just a tad longer so I can get more range out of it and things. And I think that would improve this part here. I mean, this here is okay. I just think that, you know, there a little bit more movement out of this part could be improved. Now moving down to the legs, you know, there's definitely more improvement on the legs in terms of the posing. So I can move his legs out that much, give him like more of a sumo squat almost. Okay, and there's good bend at the knee as well. Okay, and also at the ankle. So there's very good movement at the ankle. You know, there's no toe articulation. Like I was hoping to see if there would be any toe articulation. There is not, kind of like the SH Monster Arts. But I think for what it is, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, yes, having toe articulation would help this figure a little bit better in terms of the posing and things. But I think for what it is, this is very good. And it really doesn't hold the figure back at all in terms of like posing and things, especially like if you guys are going to have him on the shelf or for toy photography. I mean, this is all good. Let's do some size comparisons with our brand new Super 7 Ultimates Godzilla -1. So starting off here, we have the SH Monster Arts Godzilla -1 with the custom head. So that looks pretty cool. So you guys can clearly see this guy is a lot bigger than the SH Monster Arts version. And here we have the X plus 30 centimeter Godzilla -1. And this looks so cool. It looks like an evolution, you know what I mean? So like do. So yeah, this looks fantastic, and I can't wait to get more -1 figures coming out of Super 7, and also everywhere else as well. And here are some other Super 7 Ultimates figures that you might have in your collection. These are all the ones that I have. My original Godzilla, the first wave 1, is being repainted right now, so I'll show you guys that one a little bit later, so it's not here. But yeah, man, these figures are awesome. They've got awesome shelf presence and things, and I'm running out of space very quickly because of these guys, so I'm gonna have to figure out something about accommodating all these guys on my shelf, or even get a new shelf, or put the SH Monster Arts somewhere else. Before I go, I want to show you guys this really awesome custom by a great artist in the community. He is Greg Betters, and he just recently customed his -1 Toho Ultimates, and this thing looks so awesome. He matted the figure down, and he just gave it some touch-ups and stuff, and this looks really good, and I'm very motivated to do the same thing with my figure. So yeah, thank you very much, Greg. You are awesome. And that's it for this review, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I do want to give a special shout out and thank you to Super 7, Brian Flynn, and Kyle Wadiga. You guys have clearly been working hard to try and give the fans, you know, these awesome figures, and I do appreciate that very much, and thank you so much. And I can't wait to see what comes next for Super 7. Now, I do hope for future Godzilla figures that we will finally get a jaw hinge for the next Godzilla figure. So hopefully we won't need a second head anymore. And when we do get a second you know, -1 figure, I really hope that that's the heat ray version, and I hope it'll have the translucent blue spines. And if we don't get a jaw hinge for that Godzilla, at least with that Godzilla, the open mouth version of the head, the mouth will be wider, so that, you know, we can have a heat ray inserted into the mouth. But all in all, this is fantastic. I really love this figure very much, and I do dare say that this is, in terms of the articulated figures between the SH Monster Arts and this one is my favorite. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please stick around for the photo gallery and the behind the scenes of my toy photography, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone.